I feel like I've learned to write like songs that make me feel super hyped more recently. But the song that I'm about to sing for you is one that I wrote when I was like 17. And I'm 21 now. So I guess relatively, in the grand scheme of life, things not that much time has passed, but in the context of a 21-year-old's life, I feel like a totally different person. Which is, it's very good news, because when I was 17, I felt so ashamed in many ways. I felt ashamed of my body, ashamed of my thoughts and emotions, and I was just so hard on myself all the time, just for what I was, like the way that I looked and the way that I am. And I don't know if there was any like particular change, like shifting moment or pivotal moment in my life, but rather a constant exercise of like work and self-love. And you know, I think something that applies to most of us is that we go through these waves, like we're hot shit and then we're like a piece of shit, and it's like somewhere, it's just always one or the other basically. We toggle between the two. And I feel like I'm hot shit most of the time, which is a lot more than I could say 4 years ago. So I don't know. I feel like probably most of you don't know who I am. Oh, did I ever say my name? Victoria. But regardless, if there's one thing that I'd love for you to go home with tonight from my set, is that you deserve to celebrate yourself. And I may be disabled or whatever you want to call it. I may be, you know, I don't really have a hometown. I moved around a lot growing up, and there are a lot of like signifiers in me that make me feel different, and I'm celebrating that every inch of it. So I invite you to do so for yourself too. You guys ever seen Ice Age? Is it from Ice Age that the guy's like, water? Is that SpongeBob? Oh, it's SpongeBob. Oh, man. Rats. Fuck that one up. There's some other water thing in Ice Age. Anyway, I'm gonna sing the song now. So this is one of the first songs that I put out. It's called Ebony. And I wrote it in hiding when I was 17, like I was saying. But it still means so much to me to look back at that girl and realize how far I've come. It feels like this. This holy war is changing me. In the
breaking free.